Hi guys, Showmofo here, back with some Gnomoria fun. And we're right where we left off, back in the One Kingdom. So, unfortunately, Flo has just died. And that is something we shall all be mourning. But we have, over here somewhere, got a monitor lizard corpse. So, silver lining and all that. So, currently, we're getting ready to get our butcher table up, and we're carving out a room for our stone carver, and then we'll probably get to work on a kitchen. I've just cancelled a few things and made it so we can just take this wall around here, and I'll probably just shore this wall up across there as well, and we can get this penned off. And then I'm going to bring our guys, give them access to this place, to the outside world through the training ground. So, quite a bit of work to be done. And it's the 8th day of spring. So, we've still got Nomads to arrive, and we've still got the potential goblin threat also to arrive. So, for the time being, I'm just going to play it on play. Just normal speed. And wait for this to get made. There's our guy making a knife. Actually, he must be making the stone. No, that's done. He's probably just crafting back the blocks that he'd used. Okay, good stuff. I hope they get this lot foraged soon. In fact, I'm going to put a few clean floors down. Yep, so that's all been crafted. There we go. Good stuff. Of course, these aren't connected yet. They will be shortly. He's only taking it across there. I could just be nice, and you know, he needs the exercise. Okay. So that's still just bauxite. Just looked a little bit reddish. Wasn't sure if there was any copper in there. Awesome. Okay, butcher shop. Let's butcher that monitor lizard corpse. And hopefully we've got somebody set up for that task. Yeah, it looks like that's gone green. Okay, we're getting this sorted. That's awesome. Is that tree gone from there? Oh, I've got a hotkey for this. Dirt clump. We want to drop a level. Okay, for the time being, let's just take you down to there. And you to there. And then we can get this wall out as far as, oh, there's stuff to forage. There. There's stuff to forage over here as well, which is shocking. But we can bring this all the way down to here. They're going to swathe in through this bit before we have time to get it sorted. Okay, these are all still fairly well organised. Let's have a look at this. Distillery. 65 efficiency. Available space. 13 of 20. That could be better. I wonder what it's taken up with. Apple wine. Okay, but we've got a stockpile here that's got hardly anything in it at all. I don't understand that. There we go. We've got bones. So, let us build a miscellaneous bone carver. I'm just going to pop him there. I'm just going to set that to craft missing ingredients, which should give these guys some jobs, and hopefully means that I'm only using pine to craft it. And then we're probably going to want to set up a kitchen. I'm just going to rotate that around. Build that there. I'm going to get rid of this dirt pile. And I'll have to have a look. I'm not really sure what I'm going to need to set up for stocks for these guys, so I'm just going to leave that for the time being. Good, looks like our carpenter's busy crafting these bits and pieces. We might as well. Have they gone for? They're going for crafting wooden knives. Nope. Okay. Stonemason. I believe we need knives. So, any knife blade. Let's have bauxite. Any hilt. Pine. Let's craft 2 of those. So I think we need 1 each for these tables, although I'm not entirely sure. What do you require? Yeah, a knife. And a knife. Okay, how are we doing out here? Awesome. Now, what we're going to do about this? We're going to remove those ramps. And we want to remove these ramps. Oh, excuse me, and we really need to get building some way to connect these things together. So, what we're going to do is I'm just going to build a room here. Connect that. Let's just go with a set of stairs down for the time being. Where would that be? Be there. That's over there. That's there. Not sure I want it there. Let's put a set here. And then let's connect that. Okay, well that's plenty of work for those guys to be doing. So, I think we can just pause that there. And I'll catch up with you in a moment. Okay, so 10th day of spring, and we've managed to clear out this little bit. We've still got some foraging to do. I think he's just started on that now. Our pine is back up. So we've actually managed to get our bone carver, and we're going to need to craft that bone needle, and then we can get our tailor up, which is just lovely. And it looks like we've got a surplus stock of grain. So in our kitchen, I think we can start making some loaves of bread. And I'm just going to craft those to 6 for the time being. And we've got 5 monitor lizard meat, so I'm going to craft sausages. I'm just going to craft 5 out of those. And then sandwiches, we shall also have 5 lovely monitor lizard sandwiches. Awesome, absolutely awesome. And we've got our way up into here now. These are connected, and I will be putting in easier workflow ways of connecting them. I'm possibly going to have a corridor all the way down here as well. I just want to get this shored off, and I've got to wait for that foraging to be done. This has been finally foraged, so we can put our dirt clump in here. Oops. This has finally been foraged, so we can put our dirt clump in here. I'm just going to actually leave these open for now, and I may open these back up more. Depending on what I do on here, we've got a lot of wood to forage and keep our guys busy inside our complex. This is definitely not a gnome cult. I just want to make that clear. Although we have managed to make a complex, and we're now going to start training military. This is definitely not a gnome cult. Honest. I just want to get this walled up. Now I'd like to have this nice and square. So I think what I'm going to do is just get a quick remove floor on terrain. Now I believe if I just remove floor on those two there, then I can just build the wall up to there and the wall up to there, and that will be fine. And then I can extend this out. And, you know, when we get a chance we'll forage this and extend it out again. These are all really temporary ones at the moment. It's just a little thing so I can get established in relative safety and then start working towards other things without increasing masses of value by foraging tons of the map and digging around dirt where I don't need to. You know, I don't want to mass it. Let's have a look at the kingdom. I've already got up to 2,000 odd. I want to keep the construction worth as low as possible until I'm ready to start tackling goblins and stuff. You know, we didn't really survive a monitor lizard attack. So, dread to think what goblins will do to us. So I don't want to encourage nastier and nastier goblins just yet. Hopefully, in a day or two, we'll have a replacement for flow. And I'm hoping that, you know, we might get 1 or 2 extra gnomes, because we certainly could do with the manpower. Okay, so let's just whiz on through this. Yeah, we've got somebody to clean that floor for us. I'm going to build in this section here. There we go, you get foraging that stuff. Oh, and run all the way over there. Did I not make enough wheelbarrows or something? There you go. See, she's got a bit more sense. She's brought a wheelbarrow. What are you doing? You're taking them one at a time. Oh, they're getting tables out. Come on. No, you're just gathering cotton. Get that man a wheelbarrow. Oh, great. Just as soon as I do that. Oh, he's done one. There we go. Okay, that's awesome. And he managed to leg out and get that just in the nick of time before it gets sealed up. Okay, so what I want to do now is extend my grove. No, I don't want to start a new one. Okay, and let us... No. Let's forage this up. And let's forage all of this. And all of this. Okay, happy days. So, have we got anyone that's idle? Don't make the mistake of being idle. 3. Who's idle? Our herdsman is idle, and our stonemason is idle, and our carpenter is idle. Oh, they're lucky. If it had been a farmer or someone else, they may well be in the militia by now. Let's see, one of these guys is probably going to end up being a cook. I would like to throw another militia guy in. What's he doing? What was he running off to do then? Maybe there's something left to forage on the floor. Oh, poor Flo. Poor Flo. I think we'll have to build a little memorial for her. In fact, let's just pause that. Our stonemason isn't terribly busy. So, we need a sculptor or stone carver, don't we? So, build workshop stone carver. Let's build him thusly. And speaking of which, let's build a wood carver as well. Not sure what to designate for these guys, and you know, very much at some point this will be switched out into a lot more organised thing. I'm just kind of trying to get the hang of when they create stuff, what stuff needs feeding to them, what things are they going to create that are going to end up lying around and blocking them till a job's done. So, excellent. We've got our dirt wall up. No, we've got our tailor up. And I think bandages are the order of the day. We've only got 17. So let's craft bandage. And we're going to want to craft that to, say, 6 for the time being. We're definitely going to want some bags. And we're going to craft those to 2. We're going to need some sacks to help shift stuff around, so I'm just going to create 3 sacks. And then we're probably going to want to be creating all of this string and padding and mattress madness. But I'm not sure quantities, and I don't want to be running out of cotton. So I'm just going to leave that for a sec and try and get this stuff sorted. and see if we actually have a guy that responds and come and does any of that. Okay. Oh, let's press play. He's busy there. Our strawberry farm. Agriculture farm. We might as well take you out. Now, why can't he build there? Let's just turn the map around. What's this? Let's just cancel whatever job that is. Oh. A lovely, lovely strawberry farm on the go. May well take the wheat farm all around here. And I may in fact add some other crops into this area. Let's get the map back to where it was. Now, how are we doing? Pine, we're okay. Oranges and wheat, we've ran out of. Okay. Let's not make any orange wine for the time being then. And let's actually ease up off the apple wine. We've got plenty to drink for our gnomes at the moment. We don't want them too merry. It's still a lot of work to be done. Now on these, I believe I can just set these to craft missing. Lovely stuff. Okay. And let's craft a skull helmet. Just to give him some practice. And will he get a bone? Gonna need leather straps for that. Statuettes, I believe, is for trading, and we'll just increase our value, you know, and take up room trying to stock it somewhere. But let's get a skull helmet up. We're on the 11th day, so as long as everything's alright, I'm just going to pause here and we should come back with some nomads. Well, here we are back on the first day of summer and 3 nomads have arrived. Huzzah! So, we've got a guy who's good at bone carving. I wonder who's been doing our bone carving up till now. Is it him? No, he's been doing butchery. I wonder who we have set for doing bone carving. Is it one of the farmers? Possibly not. Let's have a look. No, not farmer. I imagine it's my herdsman. Yep, bone carving. Now, my herdsman. If we have a look at our population, my herdsman's been pretty idle. My stonemason and woodsman have been, but they're not going to be for much longer. They're going to be busy, as will my carpenter. but my herdsman has been rather idle. So, do I want to, for the time being, make him also my leather worker and bone carver? Seeing as he's mostly going to be doing stuff inside. I think so, and then I think later on I'll assign, you know, when I've got a lot more bone and leather on the go, I might assign him to whichever one he's most proficient at and make somebody else a herdsman. Maybe get another trainee herdsman in the meantime. So maybe let's just add leather working to that and say he can be my bone carver and leather worker. He's got animal husbandry and butchery. Okay. Let's see. Three new nomads. I think we're going to have... Who's got the most interesting skills? Sorting, gem cutting. That's nice. Brewing. Butchery. I'm going to need at least another guy in the militia so I can get gold training with somebody. And I'm probably going... I think we'll just get... Oh, should we get them all in? Or am I gonna... I'm gonna need somebody to train up probably as a chef. We've got tailoring and cooking. I'm going to need a tailor. And more specialised stuff. Bone carving 18. I bet our herdsman's got a better bone carving than that. Skills. Where's bone carving? Bone carving of 10. So actually he's a better bone carver. Okay, well, this has run on long enough. I'm going to have a good ponder over these, and I'll let you know what I come up with next time. Bye-bye.